Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So this channel, Data Science, is all about trying to learn the different concepts in data science by practicing a lot of questions. In this video, I'm going to solve this question on scratch regarding spam post, both using Python as well as MySQL, and try to walk you through how we can develop solutions to such problems. The difficulty level of this question is medium. This question has been asked in Meta or Facebook interviews, and it's a great question to solve if you are preparing for data engineer, data scientist, BI analyst, data analyst, or ML engineer interviews. Okay, let's jump right in. The question reads, calculate the percentage of spam posts in all viewed posts by day. A post is considered a spam if a string spam is inside keywords of the post. Note that the Facebook post table stores all posts posted by users. The Facebook post views table is an action table denoting if a user has viewed a post. So we are given two data frames, Facebook post and Facebook post views, and we are expected a pandas data frame output with two columns, post date and the spam share, right? So this is basically the percentage, right? Now let's see what these tables have. So Facebook post have post ID, poster, post text, post keyword. So here in this, if you have a spam, that means it is a spam, and you have the post date, right? Okay, now let's see the second table or second data frame, Facebook post view. So various post and the viewer ID. So we are only required to make sure that for posts that are viewed, what is the spam share as percentage, right? So since the information is scattered in two different data frames, the first function that we should do is we should merge them, right? So Facebook post dot merge, and then we are merging the second data frame whose name is a Facebook post views, right? So Facebook post views, right? And then on, so since the name of the column is same in both of these data frames, so post ID here and post ID here, so we can just write post ID. And how, so since it is already said that we are only concerned about the posts that are viewed, right? So spam post in all viewed posts, right? So there is possibility that some of the posts are posted by the users but they are not viewed by other users, right? So if you perform an inner join, it will make sure that we are only dealing with those rows which is basically post as well as viewed by some user, right? Or you can just go with left join and then also do a boolean indexing to only keep those rows where the viewer ID is not null, etc. But we can just go ahead and do all that in just one single line, that just do a inner join in this case. Okay, let me run this. Let's see what we get. So now you have all the columns from Facebook post and the viewer ID. So all the posts that are posted and are viewed by some of the user, right? So once we have this, then what do we need to do is we need to make sure that okay, which of these rows are spam and which of them are not. So what we can do is we can let's store this in a data frame called df, and let's make a new column. Let's call it spam, whether it is spam or not, and then is equal to, right? And we can make sure that we are using the contains or string contains function, right? So df, and it says that it is going to be a spam if the post keywords has the word spam in it. So df post keywords, right? Post keywords dot string dot contains the word spam, right? Let me run this. Let's see what do we have here, right? So now we have a new column called spam, and it says that okay, if you have a spam in this case, right? So here we have spam, right? So this is basically true, right? Or basically we are looking at this column, right? Post keywords, so it has a spam, and so therefore it is true. So now once we have that, then we need to find out that for each of the post date, how many total spams are there and how many total posts that are viewed are there, because then only you can divide the number of spam by the total views, multiply it by 100 and get the percentage of spam share, right? So that is what we need to do. So what we can do is we can just go ahead and group by, right? Group by the post date, because for every date you need to find that. And then what you need to do is you need to sum this column, right? So you need to sum this spam column. So that is going to give you the total, number of spam for each post date. And you need to count the number of viewer IDs to get the total views, right? So basically you need to perform two different set of functions. So how you can do that in one single line in Python? You can just use the dot aggregate function. So dot aggregate, and then you can provide the key value pairs. So for column called spam, we need to perform a sum, because true or false is basically what? Ones and zeros. So for group by the post date and you sum it up, so basically it is going to tell you, okay, total number of spams, right, on that particular day. And then if you take the viewer ID column and count the total number of viewer IDs, so basically that is the total number of views, right? So then take the column called viewer ID, and for that column you perform a count, right? So for that column you perform a count. Okay, and since you grouped by post date, so obviously that is going to be the index, so you need to make sure that it is appearing as a column as well. So you need to write reset index. Okay, let me run this. Let's see what it gives. So now you have different post dates, the number of spams, and so although it might be misleading, these column names, but actually it is what? The count, right? So total views 3 and total spam is, number of spam is 3. So 3 out of 3 is 100%, 3 out of 6 is 50%. So now once we have this, then what we can do is we can again save this in another data frame called df2, and then we are only required to keep, right? So firstly, for example, df2, let's calculate the percentage. So spam share, which is basically equal to df2 spam divided by df2 viewer ID, right? So that is going to give you the percentage, and then we are only required, and you should multiply it by 100 as well to get the percentage. And after that we are only required to keep two columns, post date and spam share, right? So we can provide that list. So post date, and then you can also provide the spam share. Okay, let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what it gives. So now you have post dates and spam share as percentage for all the viewed posts, right? So I think this looks good. Our output is similar to the expected output. Let me go ahead and submit it to this, pass all the test cases. So everything is green, and this is how we do it. Now let's look at how the corresponding code looks like in MySQL. So if you look at it, same question, expected output is same as well, and the data tables as well as the data inside those tables are same as well. So again, in this case, what we can do is from this table called Facebook post, let's alias this as A, let's join it, right? And we can again perform an inner join to make sure that we are only dealing with those posts which are posted as well as viewed by some user, right? So inner join another table called Facebook post views aliased as B on, right, a dot post id is equal to b dot post id, right? And then we should keep everything from A, right, that is Facebook post, because we are going to use post keywords, post dates, etc., right? So let's keep everything from this. And in the second table, Facebook post views, you only have two columns, out of which post id is already you have it from the first table. So why to crowd it? So just keep the second column, so b dot viewer id. Let me run this. Let's see what we have. Okay, so if you look at it, different posts, post keywords, post dates, and viewer IDs. So all the posts and which were viewed by someone, right? So now once we have this, then what we can do is we can save this in a common table expression. So with CTE as, and then this entire thing goes into parentheses. And then what we can do is from this common table expression, let's group by, right, let's group by the post date, because we need to find the percentage of spams here for each post date. So group by the post date, return the post date, and then we need to find the total number of spam divided by the total count, right? So how we can do that? We can use the case when statements and the sum function to basically count, right, how many total spam posts are there on one particular post date. So we can write case when, right, case when post keywords like, right? Post keywords like, so anything before or after spam does not matter as long as you have the word spam in it. Then you assign the value 1, else you assign the value 0. Since you started case when statement, you need to end it. And once you assign all these values, you basically go ahead and sum it up. So this is going to give you the total number of posts which were spam on a particular post date, and then you need to divide it by the total number of views, so basically which is count star, and then you multiply it by 100 to get the percentage, and you need to alias this as whatever is required in our output, so which is spam share. Okay, let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what we get. Okay, so you have post date and spam share, which is exactly like the expected output. Let me go ahead and submit it. So first all the test cases. So everything is green, and this is how we do it. So not a very difficult question. All we had to do was, firstly make sure that all the posts are the ones which are viewed by someone, and once we had that, then we just grouped by the post date and then use the case when and sum statement to get the total number of spam and divided by the total number of views in case of MySQL. While in case of Python, you can do the same thing using the dot aggregate function, where you can provide, okay, for a particular column perform this aggregate function, and for another column perform another aggregate function. So yeah, this is how I do it. Let me know if there is a better way or a more efficient way you can think of to solve this question. Let the solution be in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video.